The Sim series has been the standout in the simulation genre from which it gets its name, and after a string of hits on the PC, the franchise is ready to win the Wii with MySims. Swapping luau's for Legos, the series has discarded some of its unique themes for a more streamlined, if anime-style super deformed look. Here, building things by hand is the name of the game, but does EA manage to build a fresh new start for the series?
Swampy Rolo, huh?
MySims scenario establishes players with a loose overlying structure to follow through. Most of whatever story you derive from the game is played by ear. An attitude the game takes up even in things like constructing furniture. Though you may not experience the same kind of depth and relationship development as in games like Harvest Moon, many of the townsmen you meet have their own unique personas that make for charming caricatures of that mopey goth or cool raver chick you may know in real life. Starting you off under the watchful eye of Mayor Rosalind, you find the Big Cheese is troubled. The town, once a hub of hustle and bustle, has since hit hard times, including deterioration and the moving away of residents. From there, your job is simple. Turn the town's luck around by working some Donald Trump magic. Gentrify away. The game eschews most of the realistic elements of a sim game, such as getting a real job or tending to weeds, in favor of a predominant design and decorate aspect. Here you start off your real estate ventures by making a no-mortgage house of your own. Tasked with building it yourself, Lego style, you can carve to your tastes from a conservative white picket fence house to a grandiose Art Deco abode. After you've settled in, the second phase of town renovation is improving the general welfare of the populace by doing odd jobs. No monthly beat quota or trash digging here. Instead, the bulk of your tasks involve gathering essences and making furniture. Essences in MySims are colorful motifs extracted from everyday objects or feelings. Gathering bushels of apples nets you vibrant red palettes to work with, while cheering up your neighbors produces the bright and cheery happy essence. These essences are then put to work in constructing furniture, which follows the same approach to building houses. As per the townsperson's request, the essence you gathered is then applied on the piece of furniture like a finishing coat of paint. After that, you drop off the goods, gather more tasks, and build more furniture until your town becomes the next Beverly Hills. The unique thing about MySims is the complete creative reign you get over all aspects of the town, which even extends over to your neighbors. You get to perform feng shui foolery in a neighbor's house just as you would your own, from a wallpaper and decor change to complete alterations to the house's facade. Players who like to gather, sit down, and create funky phallic tree sculptures will find MySims a fun regression back to their childhood years. Though the lack of online multiplayer, depth, and variety prior sim games have displayed hinders the experience.
Tobachuki? It'd be good.
Walking is done with the nunchaku's analog stick, while a wave of the Wiimote guides a cartoon hand reticule on the screen. Pointing at various targets allows you to interact with that object, such as shaking down essences from a tree, fishing for fish, or getting your groove on at turntables. This setup suits the Wiimote nicely, though the occasional hard-to-target object muddles the otherwise clean control scheme. Prospective townies appear at the hotel every morning, and it's up to you to decide whether or not they have a place in your town. The bulk of gameplay stems from this decision because the buildings that pop up in your town are directly related to the tenants moving in. Want a spicy meatball? Gino the chef brings his Italian bistro, while Vic Vector has his retro-style arcade digs. Having their shops around is good for business, which attracts more like-minded Sims to your happy hometown.
Is, Booby. Chubneb?
Having different townies results in a more diverse set of building blocks to choose from. With more building blocks comes more ways to dress up your neighborhoods, and from there, the town can grow well past its borders into adjoining properties where you can set up separate districts. The denizens of MySims may be small, but putting together a town can be a massive undertaking with all of the available townie and building combinations at your disposal. And build you will. The set of tasks you're given could stand to be more varied, especially when you tire from furnishing buildings and building furniture, and find yourself itching for a vacation away from your demanding denizens. In an effort to gain a more worldwide appeal, MySims employs a friendly chibi-esque cartoon style that stands out from the rest of its Sims forebears. The townies, along with your own digital self, have cute new appearances that fit well with the direction the game and its mechanics have taken. And while the look may be different, the classic Sims charms remains with their abstract gibberish peanut speak,
Ezo blurf? You boony blurf?
and comical interactions with one another intact. There are various rough edges, from frame skips to tiny bouts of lag, with even little things like the abrupt change from day to night seemingly unfinished. Every so often glitchy menus pop up, and even the simplest tasks, like going through doors, can be unresponsive. For a game debuting a whole new look, it could have spent a few more weeks fine-tuning. MySims lacks some polish and depth, but the sheer amount of customization will definitely busy any would-be virtual impresario looking for a town to call their own. As it stands, the game may not quite manhandle Animal Crossing away from its prime position in the console's sim genre, but this new kid in town is definitely one worth noticing.